The current drama surrounding the Halo TV show is a perfect example of what happens when studios can't be bothered to respect both the source material they are adapting and the legions of fans of that said material. Season 1 of the long in development Halo show was nothing short of a complete dumpster fire. From the blatant misrepresentation of the universe to the misunderstanding of the main character, Master Chief, who was a stoic, heroic, compassionate badass in the games, to the now arrogant, rude and borderline psychopath individual that he is in the show. The show was basically Halo in name only, with the story being a generic Mass Effect rip-off, with the iconic name of Halo slapped onto it in order for the show to be sold to a mass audience. When the show itself goes through 200 plus different scripts, something that isn't normal by the way, a decade's worth of development, and the showrunners publicly admitting they couldn't be bothered to research the very games that kicked off the entire Halo IP, and then leaving shortly after filming was completed, it's no wonder the show was as bad as it was. What didn't help was that a second season was greenlit before the first season was even out, which is never good because how can you greenlight another season when you don't even know if people will even like the first season? Things looked pretty grim for a while, but now 2 years after the first season, the second season is on its way, and so the marketing follows. I'll admit that whilst the visuals and overall presentation looks like a major step up from season 1, what is the point of good visuals when the story and storytelling is 99% guaranteed to be complete trash? Season 2 is headed up by a new showrunner, David Weiner, who worked on the earlier seasons of Fear the Walking Dead, a show I very much liked. His intention is to make a grittier experience, more reminiscent of the Halo games, and whilst that may sound promising, I'm not willing to take corporate statements at face value when all they want to do is make the show sound good to draw people in. Here comes the money! Here we go, money talk! It's even worse that during this promotion for the second season, you have the main lead actor, Pablo Schreiber, fobbing off the entire fandom because he cannot take the valid criticism towards the show's awful decision to unmask Master Chief. A character whose very idea is for his face to be masked from the viewer, but then again, how can he and the writers understand that when this show was created by people who couldn't be bothered to even research the universe that they are adapting? This antagonizing mentality towards a fandom is never a good idea, because the last thing you want to do is piss off the very people your show was supposed to be marketed towards. Pablo is also under the impression that an audience can only connect to a masked character if you show their face, because the face is apparently the only way for emotion to be shown to your audience. As someone who has worked with actors, this isn't true. Body language is a key component to the art of acting. Despite being faceless, the Master Chief shows many forms of emotions in the games through his body language without uttering a single line of dialogue. A similar character such as V from V for Vendetta portrays his emotions through both his delivery of his dialogue and his body language. Visual storytelling is more powerful than the actors and writers spelling it out for the audience. So to have a professional actor completely neglect this key aspect of acting makes me put a lot of things into questioning. If the actor playing a character like Master Chief completely misunderstands the character he is playing, then maybe you're not the right actor to play him. It is as simple as that. And I'd rather have the actor from the underrated Forward Unto Dawn film playing this character, because he and the writers of that low budget film cared more about being accurate to the source material than the $200 million husk of a TV show.
Chief is a really tricky character to put on film because he's you. You know, you are him most of the time when you play the games, and you never see his face, and he's enigmatic and he's mysterious and he's like gruff and doesn't say a lot.
Yeah.
So we knew that if we tried to like bite off too much and explain Chief too much, we wouldn't do him justice because he's always going to be more awesome in your head.
I will not be watching this show, but I want to talk about it because I care about adaptations being taken seriously. As an upcoming writer, the problems of the TV show is the stuff I want to avoid when either creating an original story or adapting a famous piece of media as a message to the fans of the games, I heavily advise that you not support this show. That may seem difficult because it has a recognizable name to it, but if you truly want to see an accurate adaptation made by people who care about Halo, like yourself, then don't support the show in any form, because even the very actors and writers are blatantly showing that they don't care about you or your opinions, and I think that says all you need to know. Thanks for watching, and consider subscribing.